Welcome back to JVSCP. Today we're gonna be talking about what is probably the most evil and dangerous SCP out of all of them. Let's begin. SCP-5776 by OzzyLizard from the SCP Wiki. Containment Class Keter. Warning. The following file describes a highly info-hazardous entity. Please proceed with caution. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-5776 is currently housed in a classified large containment cell in Site-19. A reality anchoring device must be kept inside the cell, attached to SCP-5776 at all times. If it is for any reason to breach containment, its recapture is to be of alpha priority, and all expendable resources must be spent to resecure containment and prevent an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. If it cannot be recontained, then SCP-5776 must be left to roam the planet, as interfering is likely to further anger it. It really wants to destroy everything. Description: SCP-5776 is an extremely powerful entity capable of causing devastating amounts of destruction to human civilization. Pretty terrifying, if I say so myself. It seems SCP-5776's primary goal is to destroy everything it can, and seemingly nothing is able to prevent it completing this goal if it is not contained, so we need to make sure it doesn't get out. Despite what you may be told, it is 100% not a common food product. SCP-5776 is absolutely capable of drastically altering its shape, mass, and even cellular or genetic makeup. Due to this ability, its primary objective can be carried out swiftly and effectively, making it extremely important that containment is not lost. It is believed that the entity is capable of causing humanity's extinction in a matter of days or even hours if it is able to escape. SCP-5776 appears extremely eager to escape custody, expressing heightened frustration to the Foundation, claiming it will destroy us first. Footnote 1. It is very scary. Despite the reality anchoring device being attached directly to SCP-5776 at all times, it still is able to carry out its shape-shifting abilities to a limited degree, which is annoying almost as much as being locked up.
The following is a list of all forms SCP-5776 has taken while in secure containment, in order of when 5776 initially materialized as them. An unknown large beast. An unknown winged scorpion. SCP. Dr. 05. SCP. A giant amorphous entity. A small white cylinder. Not a small edible product. Current form. SCP-5776 prior to containment. As you can see, it is horrifyingly scary.
Notably, when 5776 alters appearance, including into other anomalies, it gains the item or entity's abilities, though these effects can be dampened by a reality anchoring device. This further makes it an immensely powerful entity, so SCP-5776 must not gain knowledge of any other anomalies that are presently contained by the Foundation or any other groups of interest, otherwise it will destroy everything.
Recovery Log 5776. This file has been removed by order of 05 because it was too scary.
SCP-5776 is capable of communicating with researchers depending on its current form. Due to this, attempts have been made to reason with 5776 and have a conversation with it. These attempts can be found in interview logs -1 and -2. Footnote 2. They're pretty worrying though, because 5776 is very terrifying. Interview log -1. Interviewer. Researcher Ox. Interviewed. SCP-5776. Begin log. Hello? SCP-5776 begins to resemble SCP, presumably to be able to speak.
Oh, wow, you're very scary. SCP-5776, are you able to speak?
5776 implodes into a ball of fire, causing a site lockdown, and Sector 5 of Site 19 is severely charred from the flames. End log. Following this log, SCP-5776 was reclassified as Keter and was moved to more secure containment. Interview log -2. Interviewer. Researcher Davis. Interviewed. SCP-5776. Begin log.
Why am I here?
You are dangerous to us. Also, may I say, you are particularly terrifying and not cute.
Yes, I am aware.
Do you have any comment on what you did to Sector 5 during your interview last month?
I will do it again.
5776 violently releases a burst of plasma-based fire. However, blast doors are shut in time so as to not have a repeat incident. End log. Following interview 5776-2, speaking to SCP-5776 directly was forbidden under any circumstances. Incident Report 5776-1. On the 2012, 5776 escaped containment in the chaos of a mass containment breach of Site 19. The entity headed directly west, where it would likely intercept with multiple populated settlements and a major city. Mobile Task Force Epsilon 11, Nine-Tailed Fox, and Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, Red Right Hand, were assigned to deal with the threat because it was so threatening. Begin log.
0057.
5776 breaches containment.
0112.
5776 leaves Site 19 and begins heading west for unknown reasons.
0113.
MTF Epsilon 11 and MTF Alpha 1 are assigned with containing the entity.
0130.
MTF forces make visual contact with the entity, which has taken the form of a
02 o'clock.
MTF forces are able to get within firing range of 5776 and slow it down with explosives.
05 o'clock.
After 3 hours of constant bombardment, MTF forces request resupply, which arrives shortly.
0545.
SCP-5776 turns around and assumes the form of a large dragon. It becomes impervious to firearms.
0616.
SCP is dispatched to deal with SCP-5776.
07 o'clock.
SCP-5776 destroys the nearby town of, leaving a large crater behind. SCP arrives on the scene.
0730.
SCP-5776 underestimates SCP. Starts yet. After a battle spanning approximately 28 minutes, SCP emerges victorious, and SCP-5776 is restrained and brought back to Site-19.
End log. SCP-5776 is one of the most dangerous objects in the world, let alone in Foundation custody, and can destroy everything if it wishes. It is definitely not cute.
Warning, Level 1/5776 classified. The following file is Level 1/5776 classified. An unauthorized attempt to access this file will result in disciplinary action.
Clearance code accepted.
Item number 5776. Containment class Safe. Important notice. Any personnel who are found to have revealed this document to SCP-5776 will receive appropriate disciplinary action. Special containment procedures. Under no circumstances must SCP-5776 discover the existence of this document. SCP-5776 is to be kept in a soundproof room in Sector 4 of Site-19 and should be placed in a glass container visible from the viewing window. If any member of staff wishes to read the documentation supplied outside SCP-5776 chamber, the containment room's window must be blacked out so the object cannot view the document in question. Description: SCP-5776 is an info-hazardous entity that is able to alter descriptions of itself. This property has been shown to manifest only in textual, video, photo, or audio recollections. SCP-5776 typically chooses to display itself as an extremely hazardous entity with the ability to onset an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, though in reality it poses no known threat to human life. SCP-5776's info-hazardous properties are only in effect when 5776 is aware of the exact way it is presented in the medium. SCP-5776's effect is usually noticeable, with the altered depiction having some form of indication such as incorrect grammar, tone, or abrupt statements. These effects are believed to be unintentional. SCP-5776 is visually similar to a standard marshmallow, approximately 1.5 inches tall and 0.5 inches in diameter, and in neutral state displays a smiley face. Footnote 1. Analysis reveals this to be hand-drawn with a black marker. When 5776 discovers it has been portrayed in a non-threatening manner, the object's face will immediately shift to depict an angered expression. Footnote 2. Typically including the appearance of eyebrows. It is capable of limited mobility, including small hops, swaying gently and falling on its curved side to roll. It is currently unknown whether SCP-5776 is sentient. SCP-5776 upon initial discovery. Recovery. SCP-5776 was discovered on May 29, 2015 by Agent Addison during her break in a staff room in Site-19. Haribo, it mentions. Isn't that Finnish? No, it's German. Sorry. Sorry to disrespect your culture, your people. Like in Swedish we say Haribo. I'm gonna say it in Swedish, fuck it. The agent recalls consuming Haribo brand marshmallows during an off-duty lunch hour upon pulling SCP-5776 from her bag. The following is a description of camera footage taken during this event. Begin log. Agent Addison can be seen rummaging through the pack of Haribo brand marshmallows before pausing. What? Agent Addison pulls SCP-5776 out of the bag. Aww. SCP-5776 displays an angered expression and begins wriggling in Agent Addison's hand, causing Agent Addison to release her grip and drops 5776.
Ah! What the heck is that?
What's wrong?
SCP-5776 begins swiftly rolling away, escaping the staff room. End log. SCP-5776 rolled halfway down the corridor before being stopped by Site Director Moose. SCP-5776 was soon given anomalous classification and assigned containment procedures. Addendum 1. Testing. To date, there have been 3 tests to determine the boundaries of 5776's effect. The following is a description of each test performed on the item.
Date 11/06/2015. Test 5776-001.
D-4415 was positioned directly in front of SCP-5776 and was prompted to write a visual description of the object. D-4415 was instructed not to read aloud or show SCP-5776 the contents of the description. After the first sentence, 4415 was prompted to show the item how it was depicted. Afterwards, the writing was erased and rewritten. Results. No anomalous activity was observed until 5776 was exposed to the writing. Following exposure, the text was immediately changed to describe an extremely hostile shape-shifting entity. 5776 displayed an angered expression for approximately 5 minutes following this. After it entered a neutral state, the text was erased and rewritten. In response to this, 5776 displayed an irritated expression and the text was again changed. Footnote 4. This indicates that SCP-5776 has the ability to detect any changes to its own altered text.
Date 02/07/2015. Test 5776-002.
D-4415 was instructed to write on a sheet of paper, "Are you able to think, speak, or otherwise communicate?" Note from researcher Gray. "We weren't sure if this would trigger a reaction, so you little puffball was added for good measure." SCP-5776 was then exposed to the text. Results. No anomalous activity was observed until 4415 revealed the question to 5776. After exposure, the text was altered to display a shape-shifting entity capable of creating an XK end-of-the-world scenario. On the opposite side of the page, a small ink smudge had notably increased in darkness. Microscopic analysis revealed that the word "embarrassed" was written approximately 250 times in this space. It is unknown if this is a programmed response or if SCP-5776 was displaying sentience on this occasion. That's so cute. It wrote "embarrassed"? Little guy.
Date 06/10/2017. Test 5776-003.
D-5014, a former tattoo artist, was instructed to draw an accurate representation of 5776 on a provided sheet of paper, facing away from the object. A researcher was then instructed to describe the drawing out loud. Approximately halfway through the drawing, 514 was prompted to show 5776 the produced drawing and continue until completion. Results. No anomalous activity was observed until 5776 was informed of the nature of the drawing by a researcher. 5776 displayed an angered expression upon hearing this description of itself, though the physical drawing did not alter. Footnote 5. It is believed that, unlike textual descriptions, the item must first be visually exposed to a photo or piece of artwork before it can be altered. When D-514 allowed SCP-5776 to view the drawing, the already produced artwork immediately altered to depict an unknown creature. D-5014 continued and seemed incapable of rendering an accurate depiction of 5776. This caused D-5014 mild distress, and the test was concluded. Addendum 2. Containment Update. On May 22, 2020, SCP-5776 discovered the existence of its documents. This is believed to have been caused by junior researchers reading the documentation loudly outside of SCP-5776's room. This resulted in researcher Gray having to rewrite much of the altered text. Note: we thank researcher Gray for spending many hours on this endeavor. Following this incident, the current containment procedures have been put into place, now requiring SCP-5776's containment room to be soundproof. And that was SCP-5776, actually the first SCP that gets its own video on this channel. Thank you very much for watching. Our patron, or patrons maybe at this point, should be up somewhere on the screen right now. Like always, if you have any SCPs that you want to recommend us or that you want us to cover, please leave them down in the comments. We read all of them. Thank you for watching. Please consider the Patreon, and see you in the next one.